welcome back to an episode of Hoops and Football, as usual. Shannon here. So, unfortunately, this will be probably what it feels like, probably the worst injury report I've had to do. And yes, I am using the word injury, because I think that we are just, right now, it doesn't matter. I don't think we've done anything wrong. I think everyone's tried their very best to not use the word injury, but as you can see, it did fuck all. So, and here we are. So, look, let's just get straight into it. As most of you know, Sam Lalor is out for the season. And that one, I think we all can agree, probably is a bit of a heartbreaker, considering the potential he was showing us. Still holds the best 2 games of any rookie this year with a rating of like 20.8, and then 19.8. So, just hope they get him right. And we go from there. So I'll get back into Sam Lalor after this, but I just wanted to make that one kind of stung the most coming out this weekend. So, all right, we'll go from the top. We've got Harry Armstrong with his hamstring. He is classified now as a test. So it says here, Harry's doing quite well, so Paul has said. He's a test for this weekend, as we said last week. He was ruled out to play to an unrelated medical condition. Apparently the reports was he was a bit under the weather, so they just chose not to play him, which is probably not a bad thing on hindsight, maybe kind of looking at Sam Lalor, even though we gave him that week off as well. And he's a test for this weekend, but unlikely to pass this test this week, to be fair, but hopefully we'll get him out in the next week after that. So I'm guessing what they're trying to say is because he was crook, maybe he's not 100% healthy to pass a test, so maybe he's still slightly under the weather, and maybe his fitness has dropped off by having that time off. So it's still good news. It's just we're kind of hoping to see him play last week, and then you kind of hoping to see him play this week, but we're not. So Campbell Gray knee is a test, which would be good to have, getting some more cavalry back. Campbell Gray, I can confidently say, is a test this week. Hopefully we see him playing out this weekend. So that's good. We'll see him back. Here we go. Josh Smiley. He's still 1 to 2 weeks away with conditioning. He's doing quite well. He got a viral illness last week and missed out on a block of training, but has come back over the weekend doing quite well. Last week, I said he probably 1 to 3 weeks away. He's still probably going to be the back end of that. And we'll probably will still hold on to that. So he's still 2 weeks away. So I feel like the way it's going with Smiley, we might see him at the end of the season, and maybe only for a couple of games in the VFL. Starting more and more likely to look like we're probably not going to see Smiley play a game this year in the AFL. But hey, as long as he's healthy and he's getting ready for next year, I'm okay with that. So, Kane McAuliffe, his quad is 1 to 2 weeks away. He's progressing quite well. He's out there running fast and kicking the ball. We just got him involved in a bit more football. That will happen over the next couple of weeks. He's probably around 1 to 2 weeks away. So here we go. One that's going to make me cry a little bit. Jasper Alka. Jasper Alka injured his ankle in the first quarter. Credit to the young lad here. He got out there and saw the game. Unfortunately, he's going to be out for the next 3 to 4 weeks with a low-grade syndesmosis injury, which I give him all the credit in the world to Alga. If we think about it, if he didn't go out there, we would have been down to only a couple of guys left on the bench. So just to get taped up and go out there and help the club shows you what kind of player he is. So McCarthy Lefau, calf injury, 3 to 5 weeks away, which sucks because he just got back from his ACL and straight back into the AFL and bang, out again. McCarthy is starting to walk around pain-free and is doing quite well. So I think last week we said 4 to 6. I'm happy to say we'll bring it forward a week. So 3 to 5. That's all they got on him. Not much, obviously, I'm guessing, because of the fact that he can only just start walking now. It shows you how bad it probably was. Liam Fawcett, which is another one that sucked, that went down. Foot, 5 to 7 weeks away. So we probably can nearly say he's done for the year as well. We're going into round, I think it's round 19, 18 now. So there's not much left. So a lot of these players we're probably getting to now really going to be struggling to get back into play a game of AFL or VFL. Liam had surgery on his ankle last week with a syndesmosis injury. There you go. So syndesmosis. We will bring him forward to 5 to 7 weeks. We are more hopeful that he can get back out for some games at the end of the year. We still have plenty of VFL games to go through and hopefully VFL finals as well. So hopefully we can have an impact in that. But if not, we'll look after him and set him up for a really good preseason, which is I kind of like the old. We'll get him ready for preseason. I think a lot of these young fellas that have gone down with something, I think now it's, hey, okay, cool. Maybe their bodies haven't quite adjusted to the AFL level. Let's take them out, get them right, get them ready for next year. And I would be happy if we didn't see any more debutants. Obviously, maybe Taj. I want to see Taj, actually. That's a lie. Anyone else is injured and they can come back, we go, no, we're going to rest you. We're going to get you ready for a full preseason next year. And get your body right for your career, not just for the short-term game. We're after the long-term game here. Thompson Dow, God, he's got to get another contract. I'll be angry if he doesn't. Dow was starting to run last week. That's good. Unfortunately, he didn't respond too well. Oh, great. No, that's not good. So we are kind of back at square one with that. We're going to continue to work with him so he can see how he responds clinically. And we will push him out, hopefully at the end of the year, but the timeline is getting a bit thinner. Yeah, okay. So we might not see him the same as a couple of other boys as well, just with how bad they are. Here we go. This one's going to hurt me. I'm a big fan. Sam Lawler, he's done for the season. That's really what it says on the Richmond website. Season done. I think we all can kind of guess it was going to be a season injury just by the look on his face, the pain. It wasn't good. We're all devastated for the young man. I am sure fans are too. Yes, we are. After a strong, meticulous rehab, unfortunately, he did re-injure his hamstring. It is the third time on a hamstring and a second occasion with us. The injury is mechanical here for Sam. This time, very different to the original injury. I hope that makes a difference. I'm not sure. I'm not a medical person, so I don't know if it makes a difference because it's mechanical. Because I know it was just in that tackle I think it was on the wing. So we'll see how it goes. He copied me. You stay in the injury in a tackle. I think anyone who throws their body at the game in the same way as he did, and credit to him for doing that, he's going to put their body at the same risk of injury history. Serpil said the club would explore surgical options to strengthen the structure of Law's hamstring. We are a bit concerned about the integrity of the hamstring structure. Ooh, this isn't sounding great. As a part of that, we'll consult a few surgeons over the next little while to see if there is a surgical interaction available for him. So hopefully maybe they do what they did with Grimesy, because Grimesy ended up having so many bad hamstrings at the start of his career, and then I think we went to Germany and had surgery, and then he ended up playing like 120 games in a row. So that would be nice to have if he could do that. Go see that doctor again. That worked. Maybe, and it could just be his body. Before we just move on to the next one, it could just be Sam Lawler's body. Maybe he's like sort of similar to Smiley. His body just hasn't quite adapted to the AFL, because you guys remember, and I saw on the cam that I criticised Kane Collins. He just needs to get his fact right. It wasn't 2 weeks off. He had almost 6 weeks off. So, sorry, Kane, if you're going to criticise the club, make sure you have your facts right. And the other one was, I think it was Matthew Lloyd saying he needs to get fitter. Well, first of all, it's his first preseason. First season. No rookie comes into the season fit as anything. So, A, give him a break. And B, if you look at the start of the season, when he first came in, he had that chub on him. So what he is now, you can definitely see he's fitter than he was before. But he needs time. He's not going to get... This is what the AFL media needs to find a way to get some sort of media attention. It's bullshit, because you can't blast a first-year player for not being fit in their first year of AFL. Jesus, bloody Christ, wankers. Sorry, that was just a little rant there. AFL media, useless pieces of shit, I swear. Unfortunately, Hugo Ross Smith, sorry, I jumped one. He did a hamstring. He's been same things, just been ruled out for the rest of the season, which sucks. Jacob Bauer, an ACL, so it's technically our first one for the season, unfortunately. Unfortunately, he did his ACL for the game. Oh, God. It was an aerial contest as well in the third quarter. So, I originally thought he'd request a trade to leave. I just don't see that happening anymore. And Samson Ryan, it's the same as it was last week, to be assessed. They're not sure where he is with that. So obviously, guys, wasn't great news, but unfortunately, that is it for Sam Lawler. We just now need to get around him, the club. Let's not hate on Serple. I think he's done quite well if you think about the amount of players came back. And we'll see how we are going into next year. I look forward to next year. I think maybe when Serple's had a chance to have a couple of years and a couple of pre-seasons with these boys, I think their bodies will start to work out quite well. So, look, it's a bit of a down video, unfortunately, but look, it is what it is. It's just part of AFL, and it's just how it works. So, if you could, guys, as usual, please hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. I want to hit 500 by the end of the season and see how we go. I'm doing quite well, so I thank you all for watching. As always, go Tigers, stay safe.